Why, hello, AD. Come on into my home. Come on. Okay, should we do that again? Yeah. Okay. Come on in. Hey guys, welcome to my just shy of 500 square foot studio apartment in downtown Vancouver. We are in Yaletown right now, which is the heart of something. We are in an apartment studio, which means there's no bedroom. It is a live, work, eat, play, hangout space all in one.
Not sleep.
Sleep all in one. Today I thought I'd give you a tour just to see what I've done with the place in the past 2 months. I'm gonna warn you, it is chaotic, it is colorful, it is probably not what people recommend you do when you have a tiny space, but I did it anyway. As soon as you enter the entrance, to your left, you have our main drop-off zone. This is great for when you're heading out the door, coming home. You have one stop station to drop off your keys, your sunglasses. We've got our trusty little tiny amp here, which, if you've never seen it before, let me explain what this is. It is cute as heck. It's got all these input jacks that are fake, but you can use it to attach your keys and keychains to it, and then take them out on the go, hang them up when you're home. So I have one here, and then I have one over here by the shoe storage area, where I use it to store all my keys and my headphones. I'm a bit of a poser. What? That doesn't usually happen. So technically, there's a secret safe behind there. I wasn't supposed to show anybody, but it just came off on its own accord. I was planning to hide my cash in there. Nobody saw. What was I even talking about?
What are those?
I haven't had time to nail these into the wall yet, so I stuck them on just in placeholder spots so I could see what it looks like. Double-sided tape. It's doing its best right now. It's doing its best. Back over to this section. What's great about this shoe cabinet that I got from IKEA, it's very narrow profile, so it doesn't take up a lot of your entrance space, but it stores heck of a lot of shoes. We've got 4 compartments here. Honestly, I think you can fit like 8 pairs of shoes. 8 pairs of shoes.
Can you count?
I wanted to personalize it a little bit, so I did a little bit of a DIY tiling project. So all of this around the side, I added the other week. And what I ultimately want to do you think the light is too distracting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little distracting, hey? We'll stop with that. My actual plan is to end up painting the front panels into some kind of whimsical, colorful design because I'm kooky like that. Kooky. This way. Over here we have my kitchen area, which when I first moved in was very much not my style. The counters were a deep, deep stone. All of the cabinets were a dark brown wood, which could look pretty cute, but I thought I'd want to do something a little more whimsical and went with a pretty bright, bold color choice, this yellow. Peel and stick, my friends. Peel and stick everywhere. All over the place is yellow peel and stick. I was a little bit worried about how it would turn out, but I think she looks really cute. After I added these light bulbs, which brought in a nice warm light into the room, it ended up softening the place a lot better. This whole shelving area, it used to be a closed cupboard system, so it had doors on it. I found I was rarely accessing any of the storage here because the doors would swing open and then bonk my head every single time. So instead, I took those doors off, peel and stuck some vinyl wrap on the insides so it looked like one cohesive yellow piece. And now I can access all my plates a lot easier, and it's kind of decorative. It's enforcing me to buy dishware that serves style and function. Like, look how pretty this is. This is like, it's not that pretty. She's like, it's all right. Got a chip on it.
Oh no.
Yeah, who did that? Who did that? Look how cute this sponge is.
Oh, it's so cute. I like it.
This you're impressed with.
Where's it from?
Temu. Oh, this is my Lenovo Smart Display. This is nice to have in the kitchen because you could be washing the dishes here and then you can have a podcast playing and multitask. How am I doing? Are you entertained? Welcome to my living area. This is it. It's just a couch. There's no coffee table. There is no TV. Because it's a tiny studio, I wanted to prioritize the spaces I was using the most. I don't typically lounge on the couch that often. I'm either sitting at my desk or past TF out on the bed. I did know that I wanted a green suede couch for this place. I don't know why, I just always have wanted a green suede couch in this emeraldy jewel tone color. Facebook Marketplace came to the rescue. Guess how much this was? Come get a good look at it. Yeah, it's so soft.
How much?
$180.
No way.
In this economy? Crazy. But it's so comfy. I can lounge here, chill with a book. I'll sit here and do my readings, some journaling. And if I do have friends over, we're just gonna sit in a cute little circle.
It's gonna be so much fun. Here, play this.
And you know what's super clutch? I don't have a TV, but I thought something was gonna fall.
Yeah, me too. I heard something.
These are just falling apart here. But what I do have is my monitor screen. My solution was to put some felt sticker pads.
Maybe we should take those down.
They'll come down on their own, baby. So I slapped some felt sticker pads on the base of this monitor. You can just pivot this bad boy over. And ta-da!
Hey.
Hey! That's the type of girl I am. I just have fresh tomatoes on the counter all the time.
Such an adult.
Yeah, that's an absolute lie. I never have fresh anything on the counter. It's either moldy or non-existent. Okay. Welcome to my command station. One thing people tell you about when you're living in a tiny studio is to tone it down on the colors and the craziness because it really, really exacerbates visual exhaustion and there's no place to escape from clutter, so you want to keep it minimalist. Well, I said fudge that! We are gonna go balls to the wall on color. This wallpaper I designed. I had wallpaperonline.ca printed off for me as a custom size print. You can tell I designed this because it looks like a child did it. And also, because I was able to custom design it myself, I was able to have fun with dorky, dumb elements. Like I knew I was gonna put this lamp here. I added some ray blasts coming off the top of the lamp. Is that cute or is that tacky? It's kind of tacky, isn't it? I'm tacky and it sparks joy.
No, it's cute.
Thank you, Lucy. Oftentimes when I want to be super productive, I really love going to cafes. I love the cafes that have that moody, artistic vibe and they serve matcha cookies and lavender lattes and
Plants.
And they have plants, you know? And I thought, why not bring that whole vibe and experience home so I would never have to leave this apartment because I'm a hermit. I have my giant table set up because one of the biggest things I hate about being in a cafe is I can't spread out my mess everywhere. So I can do that here. I have my coasters here. I'll just make myself some matcha lattes and then sit in my command center. My eventual plan is to actually DIY some sort of polymer clay creepy hand that comes out to hold the headphones or like a demon face. Because I think a demon face really fits the cute vibe of this wallpaper.
Working hard?
Hardly working. And what I also have is a second chair. It's a great place for my friends to come join me if we want to have a little co-working session. We can always stretch out in the middle of the day, raise her up,
Lucy's judging me because she knows I never actually do this. I usually just sit my fat booty down all day. This little timer gadget has been one of my favorite little purchases. I'll set a timer for like 30 minutes. Once the buzzer goes off, I'll lift my desk, or I'll do a little vision break, or I'll do a little dance break, or I'll do a little bit of a cookie break. Yup. Little chuckle after a cookie break. This wool Moroccan rug I got from a seller on Etsy. It's from Morocco, and I love wool rugs because they're so warm. They're very comfy. This one actually doesn't shed a lot, which is awesome. I spent hours just browsing through the selection and settled on this one because it was colorful and really fit the manic insanity that is already in the space. Also, I think they ripped off this design from a very expensive looking rug that looks quite similar, but the colors are slightly different. I'll put a picture up and you tell me if it looks kind of suspiciously similar. Sus. Sus. Oh, we're moving on to the bedroom. Okay, so to create some division between the living area and the sleeping and resting zone, I was able to find these shelves on none other than
Temu.
None other than
Facebook Marketplace.
You got it. We brought them here and assembled it. We realized that with the two of them lined up side by side, the doorway to the bedroom would have been... Oh, would you look at that? Oh, there's a light switch that controls those lights from here. Cool. It would have been this narrow. And so we had the genius idea to take one of the units and then turn it upside down so that they can actually overlap with each other a little bit. This is a positive potato, and he says,
I may be a tiny potato, but I believe in you. Go do your thing.
It's really cute. Okay, so moving along this way, this is the bedroom area. It is just a bed. It's quite nice because we got these floor-to-ceiling windows, so when I'm lying here and lounging and sleeping in my underwear, everyone in the other building across can see me. It's actually kind of been fun. I don't know my neighbors from across the way, but I recognize a couple of them from seeing them on the daily. One thing that is less ideal about this apartment is that the window side is northeast facing, so we don't actually get a lot of natural sunlight in here, and what natural sunlight we do get is blocked by that massive building over there. You'll find that most of the time in this area or in this unit, it's a little gray, it's a little bit sullen, it's kind of dark, but I've gotten used to the moodiness of this place, and that's why it's nice to have all these different sources of light. As with a lot of newer builds, there was no built-in ceiling lights, so I found this beautiful hanging pendant. What do you call this? What do you call the shade? Oh yes, the shade I found on none other than
Facebook Marketplace.
You got it! And you were there with me when we picked it up.
I sure was.
I love her so much.
She's cute.
She's cute. What I'm actually gonna do in this area, which is still pending, is build a little bit of a floating shelf in this area. It's gonna be like an oval, it's gonna have a ledge, and then I can put my books on it, can put my sunset lamps on it. And the reason it needs to be floating is because I have some storage drawer solutions at the bottom of this bed. Oh, those are all my bras. But for now, I'm just using... Okay, so... This studio is really weird because it's so tiny and there's not a lot of space, and yet they still decided to give me a freaking walk-in closet. Hello? Wow. What do we have here? This room used to be just empty and blank. I decided this would be a perfect opportunity to use a lot of vertical space to get storage in here. I've got all my power tools at the bottom of the shelf, all of my screws and nails and clamps here, more tools and supplies in this bin. This is really just kind of my holding zone for all of my DIY project equipment, but also my vanity station. I found this fold-out desk at none other than
Facebook Marketplace.
We're getting a pattern. I got this wavy, groovy mirror here, and then I got another mirror here, because you can never have too many angles to look at yourself. And then we've got another mirror back here. And what's super fun about this whole 3 mirror situation is that when you're doing the back of your head, if you tilt this the right way, you can see whatever's going on back there. And still, I have managed to not, yeah. Still, I never have good hair days. Now, this mirror is kind of fun. It is from IKEA. You can install it where you have hinges on just one side, so it swings open.
Hello.
And voila!
Wow.
Extra storage space for all of your jewelry needs. I don't switch out my jewelry very often. Literally slap these on for you guys to look cute today. Normally I just wear my little hoops and get on with life and don't change out my jewelry ever because I'm not a very stylish girl. Anyways. These are my clothes. With this being able to pivot, you can change and then you can check out your outfit with this full body mirror here. Do a little bit of
OTD.
OTD. The Animal Crossing, what do? They do like the
Oh yeah.
little Animal Crossing poses. I cleaned before you guys got here, but normally those buckets are full of stuff. What else? Oh, yeah! Okay, oh, also, Dyson. Dyson. I don't know what more I had to say about that.
You hung it up.
I hung it up. Oh, what else? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, so these tiles are not stuck down yet. I want it to just bring a little bit more character to this. What do they call this? It's like a secretary desk? Yes, I wanted to bring a little bit more character to this secretary. I wanted to bring a little bit more character to this secretary desk. Are you laughing because that was my third take?
No, it was just really loud and then you got really quiet.
Yeah, I realized I didn't need to be screaming to this microphone.
You can say it again. Sorry, I laughed at it.
You know what? I forgot. Yeah, let's move on. It wasn't important. Oh, okay. Can you tell this is not scripted and very unplanned? We're doing it live. We're just gonna walk all over my bed. So,
She's from the future.
oh, I unplugged it. Stand by. Stand by. So I've kind of stuck this hang on the back rail. Whoa! That turned on prematurely. This is my red light therapy panel. There's a lot of reported benefits for blasting yourself with red light. It emits a wavelength of light that penetrates into your cells, triggering the production of ATP from your mitochondria, which, as we all know, is a powerhouse of the cell. If you didn't take biology, you would probably still know that sentence. But every single morning, that's a lie. Every single morning I try to do 10 minutes sitting here, just meditating. That's also a lie. I can't meditate. Have you seen me function? I also, on occasion, will do jade roller action on my face. Some light bulb action on my face.
Wait, what?
But yeah, you should try it sometime. I mentioned earlier that I don't have a TV. In my last place, I used the projector, and that is also what I have going on in this space. I'm gonna move you over here.
We're going here.
Here.
Oh.
What I do is I just take this guy off and sorry. Throw my pillow onto this side. Lean it against the shelf here. Ta-da! This is where I like to watch the no signal icon move around the screen. Do you remember that Office episode where they're just staring at the VHS
Yeah.
and waiting for the logo to hit the corner?
There's this cube on the screen, and it bounces around all day, and sometimes it looks like it's heading right into the corner of the screen, and then at the last minute it hits a wall and bounces away. And we are all just dying to see it go right into the corner.
This is how you meditate.
This is how I meditate. No signal, no signals, no signal. Hopefully it stops the signals in my brain. As you can see, there's a lot of plywood picture frames still hanging around. These are for my pending projects that are still needing to be worked on. Oh, actually, I should talk about this canvas. You might recognize this as the piece of art that I hated in my old place, and I had that sticky note that says to paint over on it. So paint over it, we did, literally a week ago. Cameraman was there with me.
Woman.
Camera woman. Sorry, my bad. We had a little paint night in my living area. Put on some Seinfeld, because everyone, sorry, I puked a little in my mouth. Everybody keeps telling me I have to watch Seinfeld, so we put on some Seinfeld, which is actually pretty funny. We threw this on the ground, and Lucy was like, is there a plan? And I was like, no, there's no plan. Just go to town. And so we went to town, and this is what came out of it from our first session. I like it. I think it's quite fun. She's not done, so we're gonna add some more chaos to it later, but I think it's very representative of what goes on in my brain. No rhyme, no reason, just a lot of color and
Chaos.
mania and chaos, exactly.
This floor-to-ceiling mirror being here was a godsend, because the last floor-to-ceiling mirror that we had, we spent a lot of struggle time to bring to Thomas's place, and we were definitely not moving that out of his place. So this place came with the sliding door, which is awesome because it's been the perfect zone to do any workouts, to do my yoga, to spread out here and stretch at the end of the night. I have all my fitness items, got my 2 yoga mats over in this area. At nighttime, before it's time to wind down, we can just roll her out and do some stretches here.
Crack.
Did you hear that? That happened in my last home tour too. Ow! I just broke my kneecap. Why do you have 2 yoga mats, Nancy? You might be wondering. Well, this one, it's actually meant to do hot yoga in. It's this microfiber suede material, which is really good for when you're really hot and sweaty. I don't go to hot yoga often, but I have sweaty hands all the time. So this ensures that I don't slip when I'm doing some downward dog action. Because it's a small studio and there's not really a pantry and not a lot of storage, I've been using this closet kind of as a pseudo pantry area. Oh, very lucky, we got in-suite washer and dryer. And then I've been using my 2 IKEA shelves as a pantry area. So we got my teas here, baking stuff. I got all my ingredients for acai bowls in here, and then cooking supplies. It's basically just my stock room as well as my closet. We've got a lot of lumber here. We got some projects that are upcoming. So I store a bunch of the wood that I'm going to be using in here as well. We have a little bit of a tile moment here. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved tiles, but tiles are not very renter friendly. So my solution to make it into a renter friendly hack was to buy some plywood and then slap some tiles on that plywood. And this is actually command stripped to the counter. I did it with this first test piece, and we're gonna keep running the tile across this entire island section. I'm gonna figure out a way to cover this edge right here. But yeah, I think it makes the place look a little bit more homey and cultivated. I also love this color. This thing was here when I moved in. Okay, that's it. I'm not a fan, but I couldn't take it off. So I thought, why not blend it into this wall as best as I can by taking some of the wallpaper excess from this section of the office and slapping it on here in a very nonsensical way. But it ties it more smoothly together, and it's been a good place for me to store some of my supplements, Anthony Bourdain cookbook, and this culinary cookbook from this culinary class I took.
What's for dinner?
Yeah, we're hungry, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're losing steam. We should probably eat, shouldn't we? Well, today for dinner, we are cooking beef dip. Is that what you wanted? Beef dip?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making us some beef dip sandwiches. For the longest time, I realized when Thomas and I were living together that he was washing his hands with the dish soap and then washing the dishes with the hand soap.
So I had to stick little identification labels here to help with the poor lost man.
What I really like is that this kitchen has a dual sink and it also has a dishwasher, which for the first couple of weeks since moving here was non-functional and I had to hand wash everything. So this is actually not wood, it's not butcher block, it's stone that is covered in this wooden print. Does it look convincing and believable? I say not 100%, but
I believed it.
Yeah, you believe it?
Yeah.
The illusion.
A big fan of cooking. We've got, sadly, a induction. Sadly, we have an induction stove rather than a gas stove, but it's easy to clean. When I'm cooking, I like to be able to access all of my cutting utensils, so this magnetic wooden block is a stylish but also very functional way to have your knives and your scissors ready to access.
They're cute.
So, okay. These used to come in a set of 3, and they were like my favorite bowls to just throw snacks in. You got your sunflowers, you put your chips, and you got your pistachios there. But I don't know what was happening when I first moved into this place. Some curse, likely. In the span of a couple days, I like dropped 4 different pieces of dishware and just shattered them.
No!
I've been storing them up here in my graveyard. So that's one of my vases. That's another vase. The third. So I've been saving these to fix with the method called kintsugi, which I'm sure you've heard me talk about in my last video.
For those of you who don't know, kintsugi is this Japanese practice where you fix broken pieces with a gold seam.
I try to do it myself with some epoxy and some gold powder,
And it looks pretty bad.
Not that bad.
You don't think so?
The bumpy? Oh,
Yeah. 50% chance you'll slice yourself open when using this.
dangerous.
You guys know how much I hate wasting things.
Soon find out that a heart of glass. Don't you worry.
Wow. Looks good.
Very cool.
Okay, so the great thing about this kitchen is that it's open concept. What I love is that you've got counter seating area, because you may have noticed I haven't had any room to put in a dining situation. To host people, I feel like this has still given me enough space. If you come closer, it looks like the bar stools have been chewed up by rats. Rat. I did not buy these. These actually came with the sofa that I bought for free.
We'll do a DIY upholstery project for them.
Come here with me, Chu.
If you guys have seen my last tour video, you might recognize my Asian credenza.
I use her now to store all my craft supplies. We got all my paint, clay, and the cameraman behind the camera actually got me this the other day, so.
This glorious little halo. This piece stands out like crazy because it's such a glitzy glam light, and it really contrasts with the rest of the space, which looks like a hippie lives here.
When I first moved in, I was like, it's gotta go. It's beautiful, it's crystal-y,
Was really not my style. But I will say that once I've moved in all of my boho chaos, the contrast is kind of nice. It's kind of fun. I rarely turn her up to max brightness though. It's just a bit much.
Yeah, that's better.
yeah, that's better.
More mood lighting. Oh yeah. Okay, this Monstera plant is freaking huge. I got her off of Facebook Marketplace, which is where I get pretty much everything nowadays. She came to me very full and very healthy. She's still thriving for the most part. I'm trying my best to be a good plant mom. I've made it kind of my mission from now on to focus my plant mothering to more big statement plants rather than having a ton of little plants scattered around the apartment. So this fiddle leaf fig is another big plant, and she's followed me through many stages of life. I think I've had her since 2018, and she's still doing great.
And we've got our little spirit ghosties from Studio Ghibli. Princess Momoka. Momoka? Momoa? Jason Momoa? Cool, moving on. One thing I really love about this unit is that it has this lovely little patio. It's been too cold so far after moving in, so I haven't used it much, but it's been storing my electric scooter. And in the summertime, my plan is to set up a little bar table on the railing, and then we can head out there to do some work in the afternoon. Also, you have a good view of the pool and the hot tub in the main area. Sometimes my friends who also live in this building are in the hot tub and they'll message me, and I'll pop myself over and I'll be like, hello little beauties, and they'll be like, do you want to come down to hot tub? And I'll be like, yes, I'll be right there, and then we'll meet each other at the hot tub, and it's kind of cute. I love these Voluspa candles, but they are so crazy expensive. They sell this at a store that I love called The Cross in Yaletown. I think something like this would go for like $50, which is crazy. What I ended up doing was finding the scents that I really love there, and then eventually finding all of the ones I really love on my favorite place.
Facebook Marketplace.
You got it, yes. This is the one room of the home that I have barely touched. It is still in its original form, which is probably why it's the best, most normal looking room here. Come on in, this is the bathroom. The only thing I will say that I've done in here was it originally had 2 towel rails over here, and it was kind of an eyesore and really annoying because it would go behind the door and then towels would be hiding behind the door. So instead I just replaced them with these walnut hooks similar to what I used at Thomas's place. And now, okay, hot take. Towel rails make things look terribly cluttered and messy. I'm not a fan of towel rails. As soon as you put a towel on a towel rail, you gotta take your time to really straighten the towel to make it look nice. You're never really gonna do that in practice in day-to-day life. So hooks are just a way easier way, and it never looks terrible. It always just kind of looks like it's intentionally pleated and falling down like a little ghosty. So that's that.
Hot take.
Hot take. Lukewarm take. This is, yeah, it's got a sink, it's got some hand soap. I put a warning on the hand soap dispenser, sploogey, because if you try to press on it, it actually comes out in a very aggressive stream and it hits you in the eye most of the time. And sometimes it splooges all over the walls. So just as a warning to anyone who is a guest here, I put the word sploogey here, and I'm really hoping that people will know what that means and proceed with caution. People really don't know what that means usually. Oh no. Hey guys. Hello friends. I was in the midst of editing this video when I realized that I never ended up filming an outro. My camera woman was actually my sweet little sister, and she ended up sleeping over at mine that night. I never showed her the door. I never showed you guys the door out. I figured I'd just sit down right now to thank you all properly for joining me on this tour of my tiny studio. I am deeply passionate that the space that you live in is more than just a container where you eat, you sleep, and you work. It's your little corner of the universe where you can be free to cultivate it into a space that nourishes your soul. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get a little woo-woo here for some people, but I deeply believe that spaces are living spirits, and how dead or alive it feels all depend on how you feed it, what you bring into it, the love that you pour into curating it. I also believe that that process is a hugely personal endeavor. So part of what takes away the overwhelm for me in curating a space is just tuning out the noise of external opinions on what is right to do and what needs to be perfect. And the key is to just trust your own instinct, to tune it gradually into what feels right for you. Fashion trends be damned. Popular furniture pieces be damned. Like, most of what you saw that I did to this home betrays a lot of design principles and what they say you should do in a tiny studio space. And I'm pretty sure that for a lot of people watching, living here in this maximalist, colorful mania would be your absolute nightmare, and that's okay.
because at least for me, when I come back home to this space, it feels cozy and vibrant. I feel inspired. There really is no wrong move. You can have multiple different iterations. For instance, what you saw here was a culmination of weeks of changing layouts, trial and error, and ultimately, just treat it like this is your playground. Remember that at the end of the day, it's not that serious. I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch this till the very end. I know I haven't been posting in a while. Things have been going on, and I did try to document most of the process for creating this home, so I will try to synthesize, why is that such a hard word? Synthesize my clips into a cohesive order. But feel free to comment if there's any specific part of this home that you would like more details on what I did for it. Thanks for still being here. I am happy to be back, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Testing, testing. Say something on the mic too. Just talk.
Hello. Testing.
Hi.
Hi.
Testing again.
Testing, testing.
Hi.
But it is kind of dark.
Okay. Where do I hold this light? Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, it does.
I'm like an air traffic controller.
Oh, now you're really like one, yeah.
As soon as you enter the entrance, to your left,
You'll notice I'm missing a entrance mat, which I want to get.
I'm pretty tired. How are you doing? You tired? Is this exhausting?
Maybe I should switch arms.
The phone's pretty heavy, isn't it? Hey, the girl's gotta go to the gym.
My noodle arms.
Your noodle arms. The whole 500 grams is weighing you down.
Hey.